Do you see what I see?
Said the little boy to the something.
Maybe I'm listening.
It kind of keeps getting bigger, right? That song builds on itself. Like, do you see the first thing he sees is like something small, and then by the end he sees the king? Is that kind of the gist of the song?
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard it like a million times, but I think I just mail it in.
Don't pay attention to the lyrics. Yeah, I think there's something going on where there's like the story's building upon itself.
What would be the first thing he sees? Like just the guy's
like
toe?
a receipt blowing through a parking lot or something like that.
Guy's like,
and then by the end he's got a meeting with Jesus. I think that's how it goes.
It's a bit. It's at the beginning. Somebody's like, yeah, I saw the receipt. What's the big deal about that? I don't really understand.
Said the little boy to the cashier man.
It doesn't seem like that.
I didn't steal those groceries.
So Jesus is the store manager in this story, in this song?
My updated version, I haven't worked out all the kinks yet, but I see Jesus as middle management, yeah.
I see.
Wearing Dockers to work.
He kind of lets the guy off at the end?
Yeah, of course, he's Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, you know what song I think I was thinking of? The Who song.
Who's Jesus? Who, I really want to know. That one?
That didn't seem like people knew who Jesus was by that point, I think. It wasn't a...
Okay, well, which one were you thinking of?
See me.
Oh.
Hear me.
Touch me. Feel me. Yeah.
Said the little man. I don't know. Maybe that's not what I was thinking of.
Yeah, you're all over the board tonight, pal.
That's what I'm going to be Saturday night in the mag room.
All around the world you can hear them. Hey, hey, hey. Talking about news and kind of funny stuff. Hey, hey, hey. Mag room. Mag room. The mag room. The mag room.
All right, what else is new with you? Anything from the week?
I wanted to say rest in peace. Did you see that Norman Lear died this week?
I did. I thought of you because he was kind of like the godfather of all the shows that you're able to watch now for free.
I love Norman Lear. So I just wanted to say rest in peace. Yeah, he did
All in the Family, right?
All in the Family, Sanford and Son, One Day at a Time, Jefferson's, Good Times. I watch all of those currently, like not every single day.
Nice.
But like when I'm going to sleep, I flip around and those are the ones that are on. And Maude. Did you ever watch Maude? I did not.
Wasn't that the woman from Golden Girls?
B. Arthur, yeah. But I don't know what the premise of the show was.
It.
Yeah.
It's not a great title.
No,
I would
doesn't
bet
really
it's about
resonate.
a woman named Maude.
I bet you're right.
And B. Arthur always kind of played like a haughty woman, so maybe like a haughty woman named Maude.
Yeah.
Who's put into situations that are a little off what she would like to be in. Maybe she gets a little uncomfortable.
So you're just sort of describing like comedy in general, right?
What would he do to push the envelope? Like she's a rich woman?
She's got a huge penis.
Oh, wow. Okay. That might have been a little ahead of its time. I always thought B. Arthur would have beat me up or like...
Yeah.
She was...
Yeah, she was a tough looking woman.
Yeah, she would have
She's still alive? When I say was,
There is no way she's still alive.
I bet she is.
How old would she be?
77.
She is still alive. She's 101.
No way.
1922.
She is 101 years old, B. Arthur?
Yeah, oh no, she died 2009. I didn't. Usually the thing says that they're dead, but it didn't. It just said. But she was still old when she died.
She wasn't 101 when she died, was she?
Yeah, no.
No. Oh, okay. You
no.
said yeah.
But she was old.
No. Yeah. Yeah, but no, I bet she was in her 60s, 70s, maybe.
When she died?
Yeah.
You can't do that math. Oh, you don't. I didn't tell you when she was born.
I think you did. 1920 something, right?
Yes.
So she was
90? She was
1920 to 2010. It would be 90, right? So she was like 90.
Yeah, a little less. Yeah. 87.
Yeah, that's like 90. How far off was I? 3.
She was Maude Findlay in All in the Family. Did you know that? Have you ever seen her?
I
in
knew all
in the
those
Family?
shows were related. I guess I've never seen the one with her in it, or ones with her in it.
She was a gay icon. We were alluding to that in a weird way.
We were?
Well, we said she would like kick her ass.
Oh. Then she had a huge
Yep. Okay, Maud B. Arthur as Maud Findlay, an outspoken, middle-aged, politically liberal woman living in suburban New York with her fourth husband, household appliance store owner Walter Findlay. Her overbearing and sometimes domineering personality often gets her into trouble when speaking about issues of women's liberation, civil rights, and racial and gender equality.
Yeah, that sounds like a Norman Lear show.
And we nailed the role she would play.
Did they use the word haughty like you?
No, but close. Well, rest in peace, B. Arthur.
The word my cousin is moving.
Okay.
And
Cousin Kate?
Nope, not Cousin Kate,
No.
Cousin Casey. So she was moving to a place that's within walking distance of her son's high school. So I said, oh, he's going to be... Did you guys have walkers when you were in...
Sure, there's my kids' school has that.
So do they still call kids walkers? Like, are you a walker? No, I take the bus.
Do they say walker? They have something. I think it is walkers.
We used to say that. Like, John Beltrami was a walker.
Yeah,
he lived right across the
Johnny.
street from the school. You remember John Beltrami?
Yeah.
So then I said something about walker, and then she said something, and I was thinking, think of the word walker, and give me, I wrote down 11 definitions of the word walker, and I want to see if you can, how many you...
11. So first one, you could give me, they walk. That
Like
was
one who walks?
Yeah, one who like one foot in front of the other.
A person who walks, especially for exercise or enjoyment?
Sure.
That's the number one. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, you
number one on the board, Jared. Your family gets it.
How about somebody with the thing you use to like limp along when you're really old, a walker?
Okay, yep. Hold on. Let me get it here. A device for helping a baby learn to walk, consisting of a harness set into a frame on wheels. North American, it's also a frame used by disabled or infirm people for support while walking, typically made of a metal tubing with smaller wheels or rubber-tipped feet. And in Britain, this is called a walking frame.
That's a worse word. For as cool as a British language or British talking usually is, a walking frame, just go with walker.
That's rubbish. I agree. Walker's better.
But those seem like two different definitions, like the baby thing and the...
It kind of put it, whatever I was looking at, put those under the same thing. Although that adds credence to my thing where there's a ton of definitions for the word. All right, so you just gave two then.
Walker,
you meant to give one, but...
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Number 6 on my list, I put it's a TV show starring Chuck Norris, which again, it's on Get TV, one of my TV stations. How about, what's a streetwalker?
Oh, like a prostitute.
Prostitute. How about this one? I bet you've never heard this one. It is also a term coined by Women's Wear Daily publisher John Fairchild to describe a man, often gay, who escorts fashionable women to society events when their husbands are disinclined to attend. I bet you never heard that one, right?
So you have to be often gay? That seems like very vague.
A lot of like high society ladies have a gay guy friend that they take to the Met Gala or whatever.
But just as often, not like always gay. It's like...
Yeah, well, life's full of...
Seems like it should be. How about...
You think the guy should either always be gay or never be? It should
how about
always
like
be a gay guy or never be gay?
fashion model thing.
I believe it's just the fact that it's a guy that's not your husband is really what's the thing.
Like
they're just saying that
like
it's
someone
often...
could hire you as a walker.
I could be a walker, sure.
Yeah.
I'm not often gay, but I could escort people around.
Sure, yeah.
Someone who sleepwalks is called a walker.
Well, I said, how about a fashion model? Like a walker walks down the runway?
That's something I think you made up.
A mall walker? Somebody who walks around the mall?
I'd say that one fits under a person who walks, especially for exercise or entertainment, which was the number one answer that you already gave.
Okay. I heard you say sleepwalker. That's a good
Sleepwalker.
one. But that's like walking in your sleep? That's the...
Yeah, but I think they call people who sleepwalk walkers. Just like they also call zombies walkers because of that show.
What show?
Dead. Walking Dead.
Oh, Walking Dead. Walk has walking in the... Not Walker, though. Walker Dead?
Walker Dead,
Texas Ranger?
Ranging. Walker Dead, Texas Ranging.
Was Chuck Norris in the finale of Walking Dead?
Yes.
Should have been.
And then, all right, how about this one? A walker is another name for a fuller. Now, do you know what a fuller is?
I don't.
Fulling, also known as tucking or walking, is a step in woolen cloth making which involves the cleansing of woolen cloth, particularly wool, to eliminate lanolin oils, dirt, and other impurities, and to make it shrink by friction and pressure.
Wow, that's some of the.
Now, remember how we were talking the other day about last names? How your last name was often your job?
Yeah.
Think about people named Walker, Fuller, or Tucker. That's all. So if you ever hear those names, someone back in their ancestry was like in the clothes making industry.
Probably
I thought that was kind of interesting.
Brain damage in their family from all the chemicals, I bet. We're taking here on the farm. We're going to take care of the chickens, and the lady taught us how to drive the gator, which was pretty cool. And then
tell me what that is.
It's like a 4-wheel. It's like a golf cart, but with like really badass wheels on it, so it can like go over like different terrains and stuff. And it's gas. And we had to learn about what the chickens, how to feed them, what to open. And she said when we went in there, she's like, I actually found a dead chicken in there with a bunch of peck marks on it.
So they kill some of
them? She didn't know why. No, she usually said like sometimes a hawk, because they leave the door open during the day so the chickens can get out. Sometimes like a hawk, but there was no sign of any of that. So I'm like, are we going to take care of these and they're just going to kill each other one by one? Have they like turned on each other? Like
an Agatha Christie novel?
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out which chicken is the murderer.
Huh.
If she comes back and all of them are dead, holy smokes, I'm going to have to buy chickens to just replace them.
That sounds like a Three's Company episode.
It's probably really hard to get chickens on like a couple days notice. You just can't call.
I bet where you live I bet it could get you a chicken in a day.
Yeah, but there's 50 chickens in there.
I bet it could get you 50 chickens in 50 days.
So 50 chickens die. Well, 50, there'd be one left, and then I'd know. Probably if it got down to like 15, I'd be able to figure it out. There's a rooster. There's one rooster.
Oh.
But why would he kill it? He's like the luckiest guy in the world.
Because that hen rejected him, I bet.
Oh, I see.
That's the one you always want. The ones, it's hard. Love is a many splendored thing, Jarrod. And a lot of times when the thing that you most want doesn't want you, despite the fact that there's other options that might be have more feathers or a longer
plumage.
You
think you would still feel that way if you were in like some commune, fed and water.
And there were 49 girls around just for me, specifically put there for me to have sex with?
Yes. That was the whole thing that you had to do. You just walked around and they had sex with you.
I think you're overlooking.
You would kill one of them if they didn't have it. That seems a bit. I don't know if I don't think your drive is that strong.
There's some crazy people in the world. There's probably some crazy chickens in the world. I'm not saying it's the average response.
All right, so I gotta watch out for him. You're saying?
Although I guess it could have been something where two of the girls got into a fight about something or other.
Maybe the hen the rooster was only going after that one girl, and the other girls got jealous
and killed her. Yeah, that's what I mean. You could be right. There could be something besides what I'm saying going on.
She showed us the other, so she had taken it out before we went in there. And
Did she take any good pictures of the crime scene?
No, but she then showed us the other, like the greenhouse. She has these tarps on to try to grow mustard leaf or something because it gets rid of the chemicals in the soil. And she said if it's windy, these things might blow off if you could just put them down. And then as we walked in, she was like, don't look over there, though. So whenever somebody says that, right, you immediately look. And it was the mutilated chicken. That had been killed by the other chickens.
Did it look like foul play? Foul play?
It looked brutal.
Really?
Yeah, it was like packed to hell. So they don't either they killed it or once something's dead, they're like, might as well peck the shit out of this thing. All right, should we go into some Sisk stories?
Yeah.
You sound real bored by it. I gave you 3 topics.
Yeah, I had a busy week.
Well, I just gave them to you today, but...
I had a busy day today.
You texted your sister that you'd been a slug for the last 3 days and not done anything.
Not here. I've been busy at the store, and then I just go home. I've been in bed the past 3 nights. I've been in bed by 9 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. When I go to bed now at like 9:30, I feel guilty that I'm like, oh, the day's over. But then I feel like $1 million the next day. Like, just in a good mood, stuff can happen and it doesn't bother me. Sleep really matters. I don't know if this has been studied for science, if people know this, but...
I've never heard that before, but it makes sense to me.
You heard it here first. So I sent you 3 topics. Do you want to pick, or you just want me to go through? I know you don't like picking.
Just do your thing.
All right. Well, first one is about advertising. So, like this show, right? We don't really advertise. But if we were gonna, do you have like ideas about what we could do?
Billboards. I'd put a lot of our money into billboards.
They're still big. I mean, well, this was a guy, Trevor Jacob. He posted a video of him crashing in a plane on YouTube. He ejected from the plane, selfie stick in hand, and parachuted down to land. The clip was viewed millions of times, and it was part of a product sponsorship deal. So he had denied this at first, but then he was brought to court for felony of destruction and concealment. So basically, he crashed his plane on purpose.
In an attempt to advertise something?
Yeah. He crashed it into a national forest.
How did they know he did it on purpose?
I guess some of the viewers were skeptical of the crash, noting that Jacob was already wearing a parachute and made no attempt to land the plane safely. He reported the crash to the safety board, who said he was responsible for preserving the wreckage because they want to look at the wreckage to see what happened. He said he didn't know where it was, but he did. He returned by helicopter and removed the wreckage, which he destroyed.
Wow. Who is this guy? He's got a lot of resources.
Trevor Jacob. Yeah, I feel like we're in the wrong business. Like when we read about all these YouTubers and TikTokers.
Yeah, we should be on those. Is that what you're saying?
I guess. But I was just wondering how far you would go. Like, would you burn your store down to advertise the show, or?
What was he advertising?
Let's see. What was it for? It said in here.
Lumi?
Nice. It was a...
Ejector seats? A certain brand of ejector seats?
He uploaded the video entitled, "I Crashed My Airplane" to YouTube on the 23rd of December, 2021, which contained a promotion for a wallet company. How does that tie in at all?
So your question to me is, would I crash a plane to advertise the Magnum?
No, I said
really
like
see
you
how
could like light your store on fire.
Oh, yeah, right. No, because that's where the studio is, so it wouldn't really do me any good to do that.
But maybe like if you were broadcasting and like flames went up and then we published that video, man recording podcast, studio is on fire.
I mean, I do like fire.
All right, so you're in.
I'll burn it down. Sure.
Great. Second one, Sisk story, is about headaches. You get any headaches, Mark?
No, but I heard that Kate Middleton's priceless accessory is actually a major headache. Her tiara.
Like it gives her a headache because it's too tight?
Says it's too heavy.
Oh.
Kate Middleton's priceless accessory, the Lover's Knot tiara, is reportedly somewhat of a headache that causes the wearer a bit of pain after wearing it for several hours.
Yeah, it's hard to be a princess. several hours?
Yeah.
That's
It says it weighs. Tell me how much you think something, if you had to wear a tiara and you thought it was going to cause you pain, how much would you think that painful tiara would weigh?
6 pounds.
Well, this says 2.2 ounces.
Oh, wow.
It says the tiara weighs 2.2 ounces and reportedly caused Princess Diana terrible headaches when she would wear the piece for engagements. Doesn't 2.2 ounces sound like not much at all?
Yeah, what's in a what is like
Like a letter that you, if you were to write me a
yeah,
letter
you're
and
the
send it in
mailroom.
the mail, it would be like, that would be about an ounce. If you were to mail me a letter,
So
could
if
you
I
wear
put three letters, if I put them
No,
on
not
top
even
of my
three,
head,
two and a
I'm
half.
giving myself maybe one of them
Okay.
weighs different.
Right.
3 letters on my head? Is it because it like squishes your head?
I would think it's got to be more the pressure than the weight,
No,
like where
yeah.
it's sitting on your head or something. 'Cause I could walk around with 2 envelopes on my head all day long and be fine, I think.
Well,
I
like-
mean, I might not be comfortable, but it wouldn't cause me to have a headache, I don't think.
Why don't you try that one day this week
Tape 2 letters to my head?
and see? You can put them under your hat,
Yeah.
although your hat
Okay.
probably weighs more than 2.2 ounces.
There's no. I feel like the tiara is either cheap or they don't know how to weigh things in Great
It's
Britain.
true. Maybe if they had said 2.2 pounds and you wore that for a few hours. So this was a headache story. A man who suffered a headache for 5 months in Vietnam. 35-year-old man had intense headaches for 5 months with fluid loss and fluid discharge. And they did multiple CAT scans, which showed that he was suffering from potentially life-threatening neurological condition, tension pneumocephalus, sounds like a dinosaur, which happens due to an increase in intracranial pressure. I think I could have told them that, like how I have a headache for 5 months. It's probably intracranial pressure. Then they did further examination, which showed that a pair of chopsticks had gone up his nose and into his brain.
Jesus.
You would think he would
And he
have
didn't
remembered
remember it?
that, yeah. So that initially puzzled doctors, but the unnamed man later recalled. Well, what do you think his story is of how?
Oh, now that I think about it, these these headaches happened right after I had that fight at the Chinese restaurant, and that guy jammed 2 chopsticks up my nose. I forgot about that. I don't know. I mean, was it
you got
he got drunk and it was a gag.
the unnamed man
practical joke.
later recalled he had been in a drunken fight 5 months earlier
Oh, wow,
when he
I'm right.
first noticed the symptoms. He didn't remember much of the fight, but he did at one point get stabbed in the face with something.
Oh, that's right.
Turns out it was chopsticks which had penetrated his nose and landed in his brain.
Oh my God.
Guy was pretty
That's gotta
drunk.
hurt.
This story had another story where they discovered something inside a man's colon. What do you think this is a 63-year-old man's intestines during a routine colon screening. You should, little health tip, get your colon screened.
Yeah.
Too good when you're older.
On a disgusting scale from 1 to 10, what is it?
Something you would never guess. Well, think this. They said you can't have eaten it because if you eat something, the stomach acid would disintegrate it. So it's something that had to go up his butt.
Yeah, but there's so many things, like a
It's
toy
true.
car or a flashlight, his keys, his spare keys. Yeah, because you would remember
any sorts of keys.
Well, you would think that you'd be like, why can't I find my goddamn keys? And you'd hear a little bit of jingling and be like, wait, is that coming from inside of me?
Yeah.
And then you just them out. Bottle of water. I'm always looking for bottles of water.
So this was a fly. The fly that was buzzing still was in the man's intestines.
It was still alive.
Well, when they got in and took it out, it then had died. But when they went in there, it was buzzing, so it was alive. Yeah. How does that even happen?
Something tells me he sleeps in an unclean house, I
Sure.
would guess.
That seems like hard. I mean, I didn't think things could just crawl up your butt like that.
Oh, sure. You just crawl through your pee hole, swim in the Amazon River. You get those things that crawl through your pee hole, and
Oh, those are like worms, though, yeah. Don't ever swim in the Amazon either. Sisk story. This one was about adoption. We had talked.
Okay.
We had talked about children a bunch, and you had said you had one point had thought about children, but now you're not going to have children. I think that's what we talked about, right?
Oh yeah, we talk about that all the time. Yeah. So now you think I should adopt? Is that what's going on?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, have you ever thought about like adopting a child or?
I think about it all the time. Yeah. I love the idea of having an adopted kid by myself in my comfortable little life. I think about adding a child to that all the time.
Yeah, I just think so. It might be fun.
So who should I adopt? What's the
All right. You want to know this story? Yeah, this is from
yeah. Super excited.
Al Jazeera. Most mornings, Yoon So Ran begins her day at around 7 a.m. by brewing tea for herself and her adopted daughter, Lee O-ri. After a cup of black or herbal tea, the two work in separate rooms. Seo Ran is an essayist while Eo-ri studies for an exam. Around noon, they cook lunch and sit down and eat and watch their favorite comedy series, Night Court.
No way.
Soon the sound of them giggling fills the living room in their 3-bedroom apartment. Outside, green cabbage fields stretch for miles. So, Yoon-ri is the adopted daughter. Her age is 38, and the mother is 43. So
okay.
I feel like you could do that. Like you're 47.
Someone who's 5 years younger than me?
Yeah.
Why would I do this?
I think in this story it was actually a story of like women's rights and something about Korean battling against it. But I was thinking for you could just have a companion around
like
your
a
house.
Concubine? Oh, okay. Boy or a girl? Am I adopting a man or a woman?
That's a great question.
I don't want anybody to live with me. I love me and baby Prince, me and Lily. That's all I need. Did you? I tried to
Adopt Lily?
I tried to adopt Lily. They said you already did, and I said no. I mean like in a legal inheritance sense. I thought you were going to read the story. Did you read the one about the guy who he's an heir to the? You know what Hermes is? It's like a luxury brand, Louis Vuitton type of thing.
I thought it was Hellman's mayonnaise.
Do Google adoption Hermes.
Adopt his 51-year-old gardener.
Yeah, I thought you were going to do that story.
Oh, similar.
His was for, I don't know, I didn't even read it, but I saw it had something to do with the inheritance, right?
So the guy is unmarried and childless.
Childish. That'd be better.
Probably also true.
I'm going to give all my money to my gardener. I don't care what you say.
He has about $10 billion.
He must have a great family life.
Yeah, but would your sister be mad if you had $10 billion, but you passed your wealth onto your former gardener?
Lori wouldn't be mad about it, but I think she would see or maybe she'd be like secretly. She wouldn't like outwardly tell you that she's mad about it, but she would see how f***ed up that was, that I didn't leave my billions to a family member. I just gave it to my gardener. Yeah. Although maybe the gardener, maybe they do.
He's a really good gardener?
Well, I assume they're not giving it to him because of how good he gardens, right?
No.
There must be a personal relationship there.
I'm trying to see if it says anything. His identity is unknown.
Oh, the gardener? The gardener's identity? Well, how do they know he's a gardener then?
I don't know. The brand is worth $220 billion. Holy smokes.
He's only worth 10?
Yeah,
so he's a very,
5%,
very small.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I got. Next week is episode 101. This was episode 100. Did you realize that? I could feel this was probably not like a usual episode 100. Usually we just did a
more
regular
fireworks?
episode. We just did a regular mediocre episode. Produced by Maud. Theme song by Mega Yellox. Email Muga. That's Muga.
MOOGA
and Cisco
SISKO
@gmail.com.
That's my friend Jarrod right there. We used to call him Cisco because that was his nickname. Jarrod.
It's my last name, Cisco. We're getting close to Christmas. A lot of people get stressed. So don't kill your wife, though.
Nope.
Take some deep breaths.
Don't join a cult to deal with your holiday depression.
No. Put down your phone. I read this. I'll finish with this one. I'm reading this book, and the woman's describing like people in their group. It's a group of like 75-year-olds who solve mysteries. That's the book I'm reading. But it's called Thursday Murder Club. I like mystery ones. They just for my brain.
I would read that.
So in this is the second book, and the woman who's like is describing either you're a weather man or you're the weather, and they're like, what does that mean? And I think of us two. I was thinking of us two when they describe it. Like the weatherman is like the planner person. Like everything's got to be planned, go to a certain way, and the weather just kind of like goes with whatever's like is ready to jump in and go as whatever happens. And I was like, I think you need both, but somebody who's, and then I was also talking to Michelle about it. I'm like, someone who's a weatherman should try to be more like the weather, and someone who's the weather should plan. So like you should do some of both. But I just thought it was fun to think about that. Like, so don't be too much of the weatherman if you're the weatherman this week. Try to be more the weather, and if you're the weather, be a little bit of the weatherman. Do a little bit of what you're normally like. I think it would be good for you.
It's more fun to be the weather, though, everybody.
It is.
Be the weather more than the weatherman. The weatherman's boring. Just kidding. You need both. You need a yin and a yang. You need Jarrod. You need me. You need the whole Mag Room experience throughout your week. When the holidays have got you down, when you're running from here to there, you're stuck in a mall at 9 o'clock, the gates are going down, you can't find your car in the parking lot, you're at the airport, missed your plane.
So you went from the mall to
I
the
don't
airport?
know. I don't know. I was trying to. See, he's the weatherman. I'm the weather. I was just going here and there. I'm a tornado of emotions.
You missed your car. You can't find your car.
Yeah,
you missed your
now
plane.
You're at the mall. Then you're at the airport. Your kids hate you.
You got chopsticks
DCS
stuck
is
up
coming.
your nose.
Cops are shooting down your door. Who knows where the body is? I can't find it.
You know what you can do at that point? You can stick with the Mag Room.
Oh yeah, stick.
And
God
everything else is cream cheese. Nice.
100 episodes, everybody. Thank you. Congratulations to me.
If you've listened to all 100, you get a special prize.
T-shirt. Still got about 30.
Good night.
Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. The Mag Room's good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good.
Oh, Walking Dead. Walk has walking in the, not Walker though. Walker Dead?